Chatty girls, boys, and my non-binary babes. Welcome back to Antics with Ash. Guys, this is my first trainer episode. Normally, you know me for having my bust-down booties on, but look, not today. The weather's treacherous outside. It's rainy as tits. I just thought I'm not going arse over tit today, not today. So, yeah, she's trainering. Also, my Babylons are so live and direct today, so just bear with. We're doing another solo pod. I can't believe how much I like doing the solo. Me and Molly were just talking about this, how much I'm loving solo pods at the minute. And I've had great feedback on them. You all seem to really like them. So I basically said, once a month, we're going to do a little check-in and it's going to be a solo pod. So here we are. It's been a month. What? Guys, hang on a minute. Actually, I just want to talk about something. What the fuck? Is it scientifically proven that January lasts 18 years, but February lasts for 1 minute? What is that about? As in, where's February? February's gone. It's long gone. Where? I've got nothing to show for February. January was hell. Interesting. There must be science behind that. Somebody explain. Okay. I put another little question box out on my Insta, as I do, as you all love, and we had loads of questions. So let's just get into them. Let's start answering some of these. Okay, this has sent me west. First of all, it's how did you meet Jack? Right, all very innocent. Then it says, and would you shag him? I'm like, how did that go from 0 to 100 so quickly? That was like the most innocent question, and then just, and would you pipe? Yes, we already have. No, I'm joking. Yeah, duh. Jack is gorgeous. Me and Jack actually talk all the time about the fact that we wish that we weren't platonic mates, because all we do, we love each other so much, but as friends, obviously Jack is very much a gay man. And I don't fancy Jack in the slightest, even though I think he's the most gorgeous human on this earth. And we're like, God, I wish that we could just fancy each other so we could marry each other. That would be the plot twist of the century, by the way. We also always talk about the fact that we have like this unwritten pact. This is so funny, that basically if I haven't met someone by a certain age, which is very, very likely and probable given my track record of dating, and if Jack hasn't, Jack's got the heart of an ice queen, so he won't, we're just going to have kids together. As in, I'll get like a donor surrogate, whatever, and we're just going to have kids. Because we were just like, imagine the environment of raising children in nothing but just love and wokeness and amazing vibes. Like it's never going to be like, God, mum and dad were arguing today in the kitchen and shit was being thrown. Not us. It's literally, God, we were listening to Kylie Minogue while making pancakes. Ally. Like, there's no better way that I can imagine bringing children into this world. So me and Jack have that conversation all the time. How did me and Jack meet? So, for those of you that don't know, I had a music career that lasted 0.5 seconds. And I went on X Factor, which, by the way, was hell and horror. X Factor, I hated every second of it. I don't know if that's good or bad to say. No, I don't have a deal with X Factor. Like, no, yeah, I'm going to say it how it is. I hated it. It was awful. Do you know what? It was just everything that you expect that show to be, in terms of, you know, when people are like, oh, is it like fake? Is it really overproduced? Well, yes. Yes, it is. It's just so, like, they have people, they obviously have their storylines written out far before. So half the time, people think that the contestants are also in on how overproduced it is. They're not. We have no idea what's going on, because that's the whole way for them to get genuine emotion and anger and laughs and crying out of people, right? So the contestants don't know what's going on. The producers, like that, all day long. It is awful. So basically, I auditioned. I was in a girl group. Lol. I was in a girl group, right? And we were actually put together off the show. So it wasn't like we were best mates that were girls, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't that. We were put together off of the show. We then got approached by X Factor because they saw us posting videos and we were really like promoting at the time. And they sell you a dream. They were like, we're looking for the next Little Mix. We want to make you stars. Obviously, we were like, we like the blood clot, let's go. So we auditioned. You go through like a whole round of producer auditions, blah, 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 before you actually do the ones that air on TV, okay? So they're already meddling away, thinking of all their storylines before you even do those main auditions. People think that those ones where you all queue up outside and blah, blah, blah are the first ones. They're absolutely not. Like, they already know exactly what they want to do with you before that time, right? So anyway, we've done X Factor. We had got through every round. And it got to, does anyone remember the 6-chair challenge? Right. I'm sorry, first of all, that whole concept was fucking frightening. It was so nerve-wracking. Also, I was like 21, 22 at the time, and you're performing to like 7,000 people at Wembley. Like, it's not a joke thing, it really isn't. So we got to the 6-chair challenge round, right? And you're all fighting for a seat. And then if you get a seat, you go to judges' houses. So we were like, okay, sweet, let's do it. We've got this far. But basically, the whole way through this competition, it's no new news that Simon loves a brown girlie, okay? Simon Cowell loves a black girl. Write it down. Everybody knows it, okay? When I tell you, I genuinely sung one line, barely a bar of a song. Simon would go to our group. Everybody stop. Ash, you're fucking sublime. And I was like, what? I said, well, I've barely sung one note or one tune. And he basically had this fixation this whole time that it was quite obvious that he wanted to pluck me out my group, and it was so awkward because then to create the drama off camera, once you come off and you've done your performances, then I've Dermot there with a mic in your face. That's like, Ash, what were they saying about you? They wanted me to say, it's clear I'm the Beyonce and all these lot of Michelles. That's what they wanted me to say. And I was like, I'm not a Clark. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to throw my own group under the bus. So I kept being, like, so media trained. I was like, and I wasn't media trained, but I knew what they were trying to get me to say. So I was like, honestly, we had good feedback. We had bad feedback. We're going to take on the bad and work on it. You know, really what he'd said was, Ash's melanin boobs are iconic. All of you need to get gone. It was literally the funniest thing. So we've got to 6-chair challenge. We don't get a seat. I've actually never fully explained this whole thing in detail. Yeah, I've never fully explained this in detail. It is iconic. So, basically, they don't let you leave immediately, even if you don't make it through a round on X Factor. Like, they don't, it's not even on anymore, which is mad. But they don't let you leave the arena, okay? So we got a no. Nicole Scherzi tore us a new one. She was literally like, that was shit. It was shit as well. I think they made us sing a Zayn Malik song. I mean...
Oh, did they pick the songs for you at that point?
Yeah. Well, they basically were like, what do you want to sing? We gave them this list of songs that we thought were great, that we thought we'd absolutely kill it in. And they were like, no, do you want to sing this Zayn Malik song? You know, Pillow Talk? Pillow Talk! Which, by the way, is so far off my key. I was like, I can't sing this song. This is not a me song. This doesn't suit my voice. They were like, tough titties. We sang it. And then Nicole Scherzinger tore us a new arsehole and said that was so bad. And we were like, what? And this is what I mean about it being overproduced to fuck. Anyway, so we've got a no. We're like, it is what it is. We got this far. We're proud of ourselves. We came off and they said, you guys can't leave Wembley Arena just yet. You have to stay here. At this point, I'm thinking, fuck these kids. I've taken my little heels off at the back. I'm at the back of the stadium, like out back in like the production bit. I've got my shoes off. I rang my dad and I said, this show is shit. Bring me a KFC. My dad is on his way to pick me up from Wembley Arena with a bargain bucket in hand. I've got my shoes off. I'm like, I'm done. I am done with this show, okay? I'm out back. All of a sudden, I hear Dermot and all of production being like, where's Ash, where's Ash? I am this checked out by this point. I'm like this. Where is Ash? I'm Ash, right? And I'm going like this. And they're going, no, Ash, it's you. I look up on the fucking screen and Simon Cowell is going, can somebody bring Ash back from the other group? Oh, panic stations. My shoes are off and my dad's on his way with a bargain bucket. What do I do, right? So I put my shoes on. Dermot's like, hurry up, you've got to come back on stage. So I've ran back on stage. My group, by the way, bombastic side-eye, they're all like this. What's happening? Is Ash about to get put in another group? Well, yes. So I run up with Dermot. He's like, go on. And I said, Dermot, what is going on? He said, look, I don't know. Anyway, so I go up. There's a whole new group on stage. I've got no idea who these girlies are. Simon goes, Ash, do you know the song these girls are singing? I went, I don't know my name from my address at this point. I know nothing. What's going on? He went, I think I really want to hear you sing with these girls. I think it'll sound great. 7,000 people in Wembley are looking at me. Don't know the tune. Don't know what's going on. Dad's en route. I'm thinking, what is going on? And he went, can you girls just quickly teach her the chorus of the tune? On stage. I was like, oh, my heart was going pitter-patter. So they're trying to teach me this chorus. I'm like a deer in headlights, right? And it was that Nicki Minaj song, you know, that Be My Woman Girl, and it's so like shouty and just honestly
I always, sorry, I'll cut this, but every time I watch it, 'cause it does the rounds every year.
Yes, it does. It does do the rounds.
Every time I watch it, I think, what a terrible song to highlight somebody's vocals.
Thank you.
It's like so like gritty and like from the back of your throat.
And it's shouty and it's not. And so these girls are literally shouting, be my woman, girl, like trying to teach me this song. I'm like this. All of a sudden, they just play the music. So I just said, wheel it up then. That I've got no choice. This is literally, I'm fighting for my life out here on this stage. So I start singing this song. My group are still out back, watching it all on the behind-the-scenes cameras, thinking, what the fuck, right? Bear in mind, these girls, they're a whole group. They've been rehearsing this song. So they had, like, choreo planned. So we start singing the chorus and the girls split up into like routine. I was like this. What? I'm just going with the flow. Honestly, I was just there for a good time, not a long time. I had no idea what was going on. Sung the song. We came back. Simon goes, the stadium erupts. You know, it's this big like, oh my God. He went, I think this sounds great. You've got to see. Ash, are you prepared to leave your group? I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, what do I say? Simon Cowell's looking at you in the eye and saying, do you want a career? Am I a Clark? I said, yes. I said, obviously. But, yeah, I got so much heat for that, though. Like, so much heat the next day, the whole time. And I think the misconception of when this happened was that people thought I'd sacked off my lifelong mates who I'd been singing with since coming out the womb, right? For random girls on stage for a bit of clout. That's not what happened. We had already been put together, right, off the show. It was a produced group as it was. We weren't friends before, nothing. We were obviously friends then, but we were already also a member down, right? Because the group had had so many arguments. There'd been so much that had gone on. There was so much politics. We came on the show, one member down. I thought, our group's gone to buggery as it is anyway, and we've also not made it through the show. I may as well give this a shot. but nobody knows any of that backstory. And of course, X Factor didn't think to tell that backstory because it makes it far less scandalous. So I was in the Daily Mail, The Sun, all of those the next day as a snake. It was just Ash the Snake leaves her group, and I thought, yeah, valid. Yeah, valid, it is what it is. So...
How many girls were in the group that you joined? Because wasn't it massive? Wasn't there like 10 of you?
Mo, it was massive. Yeah, the group that I joined was the Sound of Music choir. There were so many of us. It was like 8 of us, and we were all we were all different ages. One of the girls was like 15. I was like...
Yes!
I was like, what am I going to do?
There was no coherence between any of you.
None of it made sense. None of it made sense. There was one girlie that was like from Essex, one that was a proper northern lass, one girl that liked Avril Lavigne, and she was asking me if I wanted to sing Skater Boy. I said, no, I'm all right. All of it was chaotic. One girl that was like 15, bear in mind, I'm 22 at this point. I'm like, what do you want me to talk about with her? Peppa Pig? None of it made sense. And I remember I'm on stage, I've agreed to go forward in the competition with this group, and I'm like, well, I'm here now, I just need to roll with the punches. I had no conviction in my voice whatsoever. I was falling apart at the seams, guy. I just went, yeah. So bad. It was really bad. And I remember he came up on stage actually afterwards, because he knew that I was just so confused. I was always also feeling like this immense amount of guilt because I've just left my group. We haven't been able to talk about it. All these cameras are there, like we haven't been able to go away and really digest any of it or have a private conversation. So all of this is just playing out on live telly. So I was just like, oh my God, I really need to speak to them. I feel so bad. And Simon comes on stage and he can see that I'm not in a good way. He comes on stage and he's like, so what do you think? I went, you've really done me in it here. I said, wow. I said, you put me on the spot, Si. I said, Si, you put me on the spot, Si. He went, don't worry, it's looking a bit busy. We're gonna chop some. As in chop some of the group. And I was like, oh my God, when will it end? When will it end, right? So anyway, this is so funny that this all started as me trying to explain how I know Jack. But I had to give you the full context of how chaotic it all was. So then, basically what happened was we all went to judges' houses because Simon had the groups that year, so Simon was our judge. We got the, you know the clips, do you remember, if you're avid X Factor watchers from old school, do you remember when you get the clip and everybody gets told who their judge is and also what country they're going to? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was the funniest thing. So obviously, we got told that Simon has the groups this year. We were thinking, we're going LA, we're going Beverly Hills, we're going to be living it up in luxury, right? I'm going to be in Dubai on a yacht in a thong, yeah? So we were like, this is going to be unreal. And I'm young, like, compared to now, I'm Tutankhamun now, but at this point, I was like, wow, this is sick. Like, we're going to be going to somewhere bougie. I had no money at this point, so I was just like, this is going to be amazing. He reads out the card at the airport, and it just says South of France. I could have taken the P&O ferry. We all of us were like this, right? We were pissed, and obviously there's a whole camera crew filming the reactions. The whole point is everyone's meant to go, woo, can't wait. We went South of France, and everyone went, the fuck? And literally, they made us redo that 3 times. Normally, Louis just takes everyone to Dublin, and everyone's like, oh, it's hell. Louis went to, like, South Africa or some shit. We were like, what? We have been played. Like, we have been played. So we end up going to judges' houses, and this is where the Jack and Ash marriage starts to blossom, because basically Jack was in a duo with our very good mate called Joel. Honestly, they were actually amazing. Joel sings, he beatboxes, he plays the guitar, he produces. He's just like this little talented bean, and Jack sings, obviously. So they were a little duo, and this is where me and Jack just basically realised we were twin flames. And it was almost trauma bonding, honestly. The experience of X Factor was so overwhelming. It's just a lot. Like, cameras like this in your face constantly, trying to get reactions out of you, this, that, and the other. And me and Jack just honestly bonded over the stress of it all and realised that we were just besties. And I remember we didn't make it any further than judges' houses at the time. Jack got through to live shows. Jack actually got far, you know. Jack got far in live shows. So we ended up staying in contact the whole time. And then once he came off the show, we just became besties. And that was it. And it's so funny because we don't chat to anyone else from the show apart from Joel, Jack's partner on it. But yeah, and now the rest is history. But yes, Jack is my lover, and I wish I could shag him. Maybe I will one day.
Who won your series? Do you know? Do you remember?
Oh, the boys from Raksu.
Is that Raksu?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Raksu boys from Watford, who, weirdly, I knew a lot of them from just growing up, like around the area, because I'm a Watford girl. So the Raksu boys, yeah, we knew well. I remember our first day of auditions, we bumped into them all. And we were like, oh, my God, what are you doing here? Are you auditioning? And they were like, yeah, you. We were like, yeah. And they ended up winning it, yeah. They're not together anymore now, are they?
One of them's doing a Misfits fight.
Miles, yes. Interesting. Yeah, no, they're not, I don't know if they're still making music. I think they are separately, but not together. I wouldn't care to split up if I was Little Mix or One Direction. I mean, they made their £55 million and then bowed out. But yeah, they always say, though, that they always say you never want to win. Yeah. You never wanted to win X Factor, did you? Because the winners never actually did that well, apart from Little Mix. Yeah, and again, it made sense because they had all the backing from the show because the show put them together. So it makes sense. That's why I thought, when I tell you I'd made big, big plans, when Simon put me in a manufactured group, I thought, oh my God, this is it. I've won the lottery, bruv. I'd made I'd made choices of house already. I'd gone on Rightmove and I thought, yeah, this looks right. I honestly thought that was it, I'd be made. So it was so funny that it just did not work out that way. Okay, we're moving on to the next question. Oh, guys. Okay, when was the time you felt truly appreciated by a friend? This sounds like I'm going to give a heartwarming response because it's a heartwarming question. I'm not. I'm going to tell you another fuckery story. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I went to a festival called Siget. If you know, you know, right? Siget is like an electronic dance, housey, like a nice mixture festival in Budapest. It is clattery, okay? It's like, I think it's 5 days long and you can stay there for all 5 days. You can camp. By this point, I was like, listen, camping at festivals is not for me unless it's one night. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I can't.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I think like back in my Reading days, you know, like Reading Fest days when I was like super young and nobody cared. Yeah. That was a time where I didn't mind doing that. Nah, not for me anymore, my friend. I need to be clean. I need to be able to wipe my BO off. I can't, there's no way. And also, I'm a partier, so I'm not going to half-ass it. I will come home covered in mud, war paint on. I've gone to some paint UV party where everyone's dashing it. I can't do it. And then what? I'm meant to spend 4 days with it crusting off my face? There's no way. I can't believe, the thought of festival portaloos where it's just a bottomless pit of arse and shit. I can't bear it. It's the one thing I hate about summer. It is the one thing I hate about summer.
It's cooking in the heat.
It's cooking. It is all just fermenting. It's honestly like you've put all your shit in a slow cooker and then just press play for 3 days. Not for me. No, I can't do it. So I just said, do you know what? For me, I think my vibe now, and it's not even me being bougie, it's just my vibe now is if I'm going to festival unless I'm doing like one night, maximum two. Even then, you're pushing it. I'm getting a hotel or somewhere nearby or an Airbnb or something, and I'm pulling up to the festival every day fresh. Whatever happens there, can be as cluttered as you like, but I'm pulling up fresh at least, okay? So we go to this festival called Saget, and we were actually there doing work alongside the festival. So they were super accommodating. We had like stuff free. It was amazing. Me and Jack were like, I can't believe this is our lives and we're getting to go to this festival for free. Cut to, we've had 3 days of this festival. We have, obviously, if you know me, you know, I've sent it to the moon and back every single day. Me and Jack, club, another club, no sleep. We get to this final, it was actually the penultimate day of the festival, right? And if you know Honey Dijon, the DJ, goes off. Honey Dijon was playing. We were so excited, but we had no juice left in us. We had got there and we were just stone cold sober. We were fighting for our lives, honestly. And we said, me and Jack took a long, hard look at each other and we said, we need to pull it together. We cannot be like this for Honey Dijon. Like, we love this person. She's going to do a mad set. We need to get some juice in us. We've gone to the bar, right? We've gone to the bar. We're so sober at this point. We've gone to the bar and we've said to this woman, hey, we want something that's going to blow the back doors off us. What can you recommend? She's gone, I have just the thing for you. She says, a Hungarian delicacy. It's called tea. All me and Jack ever say is, tea, and that's the tea. She said this Hungarian delicacy, that's this drink, is called tea. Sold. We didn't ask any more questions. We said, oh my God, absolutely, that's what we need. We need one of those. She went, there's a catch. This shot comes in, nah, you're gonna die, a 35% alcohol, a 55% alcohol, and a 75% alcohol. What do you think me and Jack asked for? I said, I'm not a pussy. I'll get 3 of the 75% here, stat, and we're going to do them back to back. I actually didn't deep it. I didn't deep it. We were so committed to the party and to Honey Dijon's set that we were like, let's back these and then we're done. We are going to be in the metaverse. Lord knows we were. I've backed 3 consecutive 75% alcohol shots. Bear in mind, what does like a Budweiser have? I'm trying to give... 4%. So basically, I've just ingested petrol for fun, right? I've literally taken the unleaded from the BP garage and then gone to Honey Dijon's set. It was pathetic, right? So we've gone... They haven't hit me for a minute. We've got into the set. Honey Dijon's playing. She's absolutely killing it. We're dancing. All of a sudden, it is hitting me like a ton of bricks, right? I'm all over the place. I'm this, that, and this. Me and Jack actually got with each other that night. That's how pissed we were. Bear in mind, these 3%, these shots are hitting us now. So we lipsed. Then all of a sudden, this is what kills me, right? I went out. I said, I need to go and take some air because Honey Dijon was in a tent. Jack said, hi, guys. Jack said he comes out to find me because he wants to make sure I'm okay. I said, I'm just having some air. I'm feeling a little bit woozy. Just give me a sec. He's come out the Honey Dijon tent to find me face down. I am face down, plank like this. But face down in the sand, in the dirt and the sand. Bear in mind, oh my God, Saget Festival is like notoriously known for being super dirty. It's literally in like a desert type climate. So it's so sandy. You can see all the sand in the air, like it's mad. If you blow your nose after the festival, it's just black tar. It's insane. So I'm face down in the mud, like this. My body's obviously just given way. Of course, I've just done 375% alcohol, petrol shots, right? Jack has gone, oh my God, like what's happening? He said, people are starting to circle. Obviously, they think I've passed away. Everyone's like, is she all right? Jack's going, yeah, no, nothing to see here. She's absolutely fine. He's going, Ash, you need to get up. Like, come on, get up. I'm unresponsive, completely unresponsive by this point, right? So then, obviously, let's not forget, Jack also had 3 shots. So the poor boy is looking at me face down in the mud, also off his nut. So he's looking at me and he's thinking, what do I do with this? Do you know what he did? He started biting me to try and get a reaction because he said he was so worried. People were swarming and making this circle around me, right? Thinking, oh my God, what do I do? Like, this is too much of a spectacle. Ash will get up in a second, it'll be fine. Let me gnaw on her arm. He starts like this. Ash, get up. Ash, unresponsive. Gnawing my arm like a chicken leg. I'm not joking. I woke up with bite marks and I said, Jack, what are those? He said, oh, not to worry, that was me. I was like, okay, good, right? So I'm unresponsive. Next thing you know, bear in mind, I'm retelling this story from what I've been told because I'm out. This is just what I got told the next day. Next thing you know, the ambulance are on their way.
Shut up.
I swear. The ambulance have come. They basically said she cannot be on the floor like this, ingesting sand. Like, it will literally fill her lungs and she won't be okay. I'm getting taken away on a stretcher in the middle of Budapest into the back of an ambulance, right? You cannot write this. Jack is falling apart because Jack's thinking, oh my days, the one thing I said to Ash's dad was that I would look after her and make sure she comes back in one piece. And she's getting carried out on a stretcher. What do I do? Luckily, our really good mate she's Hungarian. So she's native to Budapest. She speaks the language. And Jack is falling apart. Jack's screaming, I'm going in the ambulance with her. You won't keep me back from her. I love her. She's my best friend. I promised her dad, right? Rika is listening, and they are unforgiving, by the way, as in, like, the police, the ambulance services in Budapest, in Hungarians in general, don't fuck around. Like, minno fuck around. So they basically was saying in Hungarian, and thank God we had Rika there to translate, they said in Hungarian, we are about to arrest this man. They were about to arrest Jack because that's how chaotic he was being, because he was refusing to not come with me. He was like, I have to go with her in the ambulance. I know, bless him. This is why I need to marry him. So they're saying we're about to arrest Jack. Another side plot of this is, obviously, one, it's me. You know what I'm like. I wear barely nothing on a stormy day in London. We're in a festival in Budapest. I'm wearing a skirt made out of coins. I am wearing nothing but a bikini bra top, barely, and a little tabernacle skirt made out of coins. Obviously, I've been face down in the sand for 30 minutes waiting for the ambulance. My feminine wiles are all out the place. Jack was trying to pull them down. He was like, oh my God, at least he just wanted to be useful at this point because they weren't going to let him come in the ambulance with me. Jack is pulling my tabernacle skirt down, right? And they literally heard the ambulance service say, who is this man trying to finger Ash? We're going to arrest him.
God.
So now they think that Jack's trying to finger me. And bear in mind, I'm unresponsive. This story, I can't believe I've never told this story. It is the most chaotic thing ever. So anyway, I get taken in an ambulance. They said that they were gonna pump my stomach, but it was too late. It was already that in. So basically, they just put me on a drip and said, when she comes alive, she comes alive. Jack ends up, bless him, Jack ends up walking himself back to Rika's tent. They've both gone back. They are beside themselves. They're thinking Ash is dead. Jack's writing my eulogy as we speak. Jack said, I didn't stop crying. My mate Rika did not stop crying. They said, can you call us as soon as we can come and get Ash? Because we are beside ourselves. So them two, bear in mind, right? Them two have cried the whole way home thinking I've passed away. I'm on a drip in A&E, right? When I come alive, obviously, those alcohol shots were that strong that when I've just gained consciousness, I was still smashed. So I've come back to life, and Rika was really scared, Jack was. They came to get me and they were really worried about what situation I'd been in. They had no idea what has been going on in the A&E tent. They were like, what's she been through? You know, has it been horror? Has it been treacherous? And as I said before, they are unforgiving in Hungary. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're not going to be all nice. It's not going to be like, Nurse Susan, would you like a shepherd's pie? They're like, you are a lousy, good-for-nothing, drunk Brit, which I literally was, and they were like, you are literally exhausting all our resources and our service people right now. So they were so worried. They came to get me, guys, they came to get me, and they went, we have had the most fun with your friend. I still don't remember any of this. Rika and Jack are wiping their tears. They're bloodshot. They've been crying for 3 hours straight. They thought I was dead. They went, what? What do you mean? They said, no, you don't realise how funny she's been in this tent. I've got no recollection of this, which is also quite nice to know that I'm still on 10, even when I'm unconscious.
It doesn't stop.
It doesn't. I'm never off. Write it down. I am never off, right? And literally, they went, we asked for her name and she wouldn't say it. Apparently I said, I'm a rock star and that's all you need to know. Can you imagine? I've told the ambulance A&E service that, and they went, okay. So do you know what they did? They wrote the number 86 on my forehead. So I've woken up, bear in mind, these two they've walked me home from the A&E tent. I am battered. Apparently I looked at Jack and Rika and went, all in a day's work. They were like, are you fucking mad? Right? They put me to bed in this tent. I have categorically never felt worse than when I awoke oh God, guys, I awoke in this tent that was, all I can describe it as is Satan's arse crack. You know, when you're camping in really, really hot conditions and everything is so hot. I woke up, I'd nearly lost my life the night before, so you can imagine how I was feeling. I was down bad. I've woken up, I've got drip stickers attached to me and wires. The number 86 on my forehead. I'm thinking, what boot camp did I get taken to last night? I had no idea what had happened. Imagine turning your front camera on and seeing the number 86 in Sharpie and drips and wires on your arms. I thought, blood clot, it's been a good night. I couldn't tell you what happened, but apparently I've had a good night. So yeah, that is my chaotic story, and that is a time that I was so eternally grateful for my friends. Imagine, I would have been face down in the sand to this day. I would have passed away. That would be it. Right, this one's actually really funny. Somebody's asked for my first period story.
I thought you were going to say someone's asked my phone number, and I thought you were just about to dish it out.
07. Imagine. No, nobody's asked my phone number. Although, right, I'm having this thing at the moment. I'm actually going to make a TikTok about it because it's getting so out of hand. People are loving this narrative in my DMs at the moment of calling my boobs different names.
Oh yeah, can we do this, please? Can we do this?
Guys, I kid you not, the shit people have been saying about my boobs has been crazy. Here are just to name a few things that people have called my boobs. This was in 1 week. Brown clouds. Brown clouds. Don't know. Melanin boobs. an extension / remix of that, Melanin Cannons. That's my favourite. As in, I said I'm changing every bio to Melanin Cannons. Jugosaurus Rex. And chocolate tea cakes. You know those tea cakes that are filled with marshmallows and you used to have them at your nan's and you dip them in chocolate tea cakes? I just think, what is going on? That's like 1 week of things that people have called my boobs. I'm going to start a whole thread. Hopefully people give me some more and we can do that once a month at least. Okay. My last story for today is going to be, somebody said, tell me your first period story. Guys, this is so bad. This is bad. Okay, so basically, if you guys, for those of you that don't know, I am half Asian. So my mum is Malaysian Indian. And if you know, you know. If you don't, in Asian culture, getting your period is like the maddest rite of passage, right? For Brits, it's icky, it's sticky, it's disgusting. It's not in Asian culture. It's like, oh my God, you're a woman, right? I remember, God. So I was walking home from school one day. I'm in year 7, right? I haven't the foggiest clue. It's hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm walking along, I'm thinking something's feeling weird, something's feeling funny, doesn't feel right. This boy that I fancied the pants off, as in my ultimate school crush, has gone to me, Ash, there's something on your school skirt. I'm walking along, none the wiser. What? I don't know, maybe I've stepped in something. I've started my period. Oh my God. I ring my mum. I ring my mum at the time, right? And I said, oh my God, I think it's happened, I've started my period. Because, remember, she's an Indian mum. This is what she did. Beta, congratulations, I'm so fucking excited, you are a woman. Oh my God, I nearly... Guys, so I've got home, my mum couldn't give a rat. I am in tears. The guy that I fancy has just told me that he's seen a red patch on my school skirt, okay? I've just started my period. You know what it's like at that age. You cannot make sense. You're like, what is this? This is awful. This is literally the Red Sea coming out. Am I dying? That's what I thought. I thought I'm dying. Like, this is it. I've come home. My mum, oh my God. My mum, she's on the phone. She's got calendars out. She's got her, you know, like your little diaries. She's got her phone book, diaries out. She has called every member of the family. Can you hear that? I've got a frog in my throat. She's called every single member of our extended Indian family. She's doing the rounds. She said, I hear the words, period party. I went, no. We're not throwing a period party, please. I said, please. I said, I'm thinking, Mum, help. She's like this. Hello, yes, Auntie Sylvia. Yes, she's just started. I know, I can't believe it. Period party on Sunday. I kid you not, this woman, this actual witch of a mum, she threw a whole period party for me. She did. So I'm there. I've literally lost the love of my life at this point, who's just seen me make a mess of my school skirt while my mum is throwing a period party. And we had one. It had curries, it had rice, it had dal, it had everything involved, it had all the relatives. We had a full period party. And I'm just sitting there in the corner with cramps like... Can you imagine? To be fair, if any of my Asian girlies are out there and can vouch for this, because I know I'm not the only one. And are there any other cultures that do this? Is this just Asian culture? I think it is. It maybe not. Like, is this an African thing? It might be. But somebody just, let's have a conversation about it, because we need to axe the celebration of periods. It is hell, okay? Guys, every time I literally had another 10 questions that I could have answered, but obviously I've literally talked shit for about 3 hours. So please, please, please like, comment, subscribe if you're watching. Leave me 5 stars if you're listening. Tell your nan, tell your granddad, tell your dog, tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your old school teacher. I couldn't give a rat's. Love me, lips me. Mwah. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me as always. Mwah.